Hi, everybody. Welcome to the MetaStellar YouTube channel. My name is Maria KOROLOV, and I'm the editor here at MetaStellar. And back with me today is Amira LOUTFI, our reviews editor. Hi, Amira. Every Friday, Amira and I read the top 10 free sci-fi and fantasy books on Amazon, or at least we try to. We don't always get very far, depending on how good the book is. But we usually read at least the first chapter or two or three or four, and we tell you what we think about it. And today, we're also joined by two of our other MetaStellar community members, our reprints editor, Marie Jenga, and Noreen Brenner, another one of our contributing writers. So the link to the article with all the reviews in full is in the description below. For those of you new to our channel, we are an online magazine of speculative fiction. We publish original science fiction, fantasy, horror, as well as reprints, excerpts, essays, and lots of book reviews. And we are able to do this thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters. And our Patreon link is also in the description box below. So with that said, let us get started. The first book, Amira actually read this, The Magelands Epic by Christopher Mitchell, a box set of the first 4 books in the 8-book series, The Magelands Epic. The other books are $5 each, and they're all in Kindle Unlimited. So what did you think, Amira?
I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to be coming back. This is an epic fantasy, as you can guess from the title. It is about a continent that is divided into 5 regions, and each region has its own type of human that evolved from, like, 3 of them evolved from apes, 1 evolved from amphibians, and the last one evolved from reptiles. And the story opens with a girl who discovers that she is a mage. She comes from a humanoid reptile family in the humanoid reptile region of the continent, and she has to she's forced into working as a mage for the government, and she's kind of, her personality is kind of lazy, but she loves her family, and the world building is fantastic. So yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend.
All right. Okay, so next up we have the complete series of the Codebreakers. All 4 books in the series set in a dystopian future. I read these. The books are normally $5 each, but they're all in Kindle Unlimited. This is a very creepy future. It reminds me of a mix between Brave New World and The Matrix. It cuts a little too close to home for me. So this guy created the algorithm that randomly picks people to be killed in this dystopian future, which is pretty horrible. And the algorithm picks him because he's been infected, or his brain implant thing has been infected by an AI, and things just keep getting worse from there. So great premise, great story if you're into that, but it's a little too close to actual reality for my taste right now, sad to say. All right, next up, Cold Solar by Anthony Robinson, the first of 3 books in the Inner Solar War dystopian future series. The other books are $3 each, and they're all in Kindle Unlimited. And this is like a fun, over-the-top science fiction story. We have Martian colonies, even though it's only like 30 years in the future. We've already terraformed Mars, and Mars has these kind of superhuman, genetically engineered people living on there, and they rebelled from Earth, and they now have a king, and they've decided to run themselves on a medieval kind of feudalism model. They have sword fights and knights and royalty, way over the top, very fun. And on Earth, you have a giant corporation that runs everything. And things on Mars are going bad. They need Earth's help. So the king sends his 16-year-old daughter to Earth as an ambassador. So very fun premise, fun world building, lots of action right from the start. And like I said, it's an over-the-top kind of book because, sword fighting, but it's just a fun read. And I might be coming back for it. The next book in this series is called Witchy Whiskers by Danielle Garrett, the first of 4 books in the 9 Lives Magic series of cozy, paranormal, romantic mysteries. The other books are 99 cents each, and they're all in Kindle Unlimited. The last book is scheduled to be released later on this month. So I didn't read this one. Noreen read this, one of our other writers at MetaStellar, and she wasn't a fan. She likes hard sci-fi better. She said it was cute and amusing. She says the writing was lush and imaginative. But she prefers hard sci-fi, so she's not going to finish the book or read the other books in the series. But after I read her review, I was like, that actually sounds pretty good. So I pulled it up on my Kindle, and I'm planning to read this book this weekend. All right, moving on, we have Birth of a Phoenix by Jessica Wayne, the first of 5 books in the Rise of the Phoenix urban fantasy series. The other books are 99 cents each, and they're not in Kindle Unlimited. So you have to pay cash for them, but it's only 99 cents. So the main protagonist is Anastasia. She's a young adult. She's grown up with a controlling, abusive, alcoholic father. Even though she's moved out on her own, he's still pulling all the strings in her life. But she's about to break free. She's quit the job that her dad found for her. And she finally kissed the guy she's had a crush on her whole life. And there's indications that she's got some magical powers. But there's a glimpse of the future in which maybe she destroys an entire city and kills her best friend. And then her father has her assaulted and kidnapped. So great beginning, fun start. She's a very engaging character. You want to know what happens to her. It's not my kind of book because I hate young adults, but I'm actually being sucked into this one. The next book on our list, Prophecy by Amanda Lynn Petrin. And let's see, Amira read this one. And it's the first of 3 books in the Owens Chronicles young adult urban fantasy series. The other books are $4 each, and they're not in Kindle Unlimited. Amira, what did you think of this one?
I thought that it was slow-paced, too slow-paced for my taste, and just not that curious about it, to be honest. So basically, the world here, it's urban fantasy, and in this world there are magical people called gifted, and they're immortal until they finally accomplish their main goal. So our protagonist comes from a wealthy family, and her mother requested to have 2 of the gifteds keep her safe. And I'm not sure, keep her safe from what? Yeah, so there's that. She has 2 guardians, right? 2 guardian gifteds. And then she also has like a few mysteries from her grandmother. There's a mysterious birthmark. She has a mysterious birthmark on the back of her neck, and apparently like everyone in her family has the same type of birthmark, right? Doesn't know what it means. And her grandmother told her that she should always wear this locket. She gave her a locket that's sealed, and she can't open it. She doesn't know what's inside of it. But her grandmother told her you should wear this as much as you can, especially in October. So, I mean, I kind of enjoy those types of mysteries, but that was basically like the only type of thing from this book that I liked, right? Um, yeah, other than that, there's also a lot of affection between, the family and the guardians and the people who take care of the main character. Lots of affection. And I just find that to be so boring.
Kind people are the worst. All right. The next book is what is it? Brandon's Mate by Anastasia Wilde. The first of 7 books in the Wild Blood Shifters paranormal romance series. The other books are 99 cents each, to $4 each. They're all in Kindle Unlimited. The author is a regular on these top 10 lists. I think we've reviewed the first book and like 4 other series by the same author. And I think that Amira, you've been reading all of these, right?
Yeah, I think I usually choose these shifter books.
The naked male chest on the cover books.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Especially it's the shifter trope. I like, because I feel kind of sympathetic towards the characters because they're like half animal. So it's like, oh, you're like a wolf, you're like a bear, you can't help it, I don't know.
Okay.
About it kind of gets me.
So how is this book?
This one was good. It's very fast paced. Maybe a little bit. It might be a little too fast paced to the point where I was a little confused at times. But it's gritty. The writing style is like kind of grim and gritty. There's some foul language. It's very definitely belongs like if for people who enjoy the shifter trope and the shifter genre, this is one of the books that they would probably also enjoy. Like someone who just like loves those and just can't get enough, they should probably also get this one.
All right, and it's free, so why not?
Yeah, it's free.
Oh, the next one that we have up is Gods and Ghosts by Cynthia Witherspoon. The first of 4 books in the Gods and Ghosts urban fantasy series. The other books are $3 each. And the second and third are not in Kindle Unlimited, but the 4th book is. So what did you think of this book?
This one was like in the review I wrote, I said, oh gosh, getting through the first chapter was torture, right? I just looking back on it again, I'm just like, oh yeah, this was tough for me to read. There's a lot of info dumping, right?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so like I read the prologue. The prologue had a lot of it was kind of interesting, but it also had info dumping. And then the first chapter was like introducing a bunch more characters, but then it turns out that again there's like more in like the conversation they were having was again like very similar. So basically what's happening in the prologue and the first chapter, a bunch of teenagers are going to go pick up a girl from the airport, and this girl they're picking up from the airport, she has she's the daughter of a Greek god, and she works for a paranormal television program.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. That sounds promising to me. I might check it out. All right. Next up, we have Between Ink and Shadows by Melissa Wright. This is the second time the book has been on this list. It's an epic fantasy series. The other books are $4 each. They're not in Kindle Unlimited. The 3rd book is due out next month. So this is a fantasy world where magic is illegal. So only criminals use magic. And there's a chief enforcer who sentence everyone to death if they're caught using magic. And our protagonist, Nim, is, because of some bad decisions her dad made, stuck working for one of those criminals as a thief. and she has to steal an object from that chief police guy in the country. So she's kind of between a rock and a hard place. It's can't possibly go well for her, but this is a 3-book series, so I'm guessing that she will accomplish her mission somehow. But it is a fun book. It is a great read. The world is very compelling. I enjoyed this world very much. The character of Nim is fun, and the society setting is kind of feels like a little bit like 1800s London, maybe. Kind of like a fantasy version of a steampunk. I had fun with this. So I haven't gone back to finish it because I was reading a whole bunch of other books, but this is the kind of book that I would get into. All right, and the next book that we have is Outback Outbreak by Frank Tayell, and this one was read by our reviews editor Marie Jinga, and this is a zombie apocalypse book. The one of 5 books in the series. The other books are $4 each, and they're not in Kindle Unlimited. And this is a parallel series to Surviving the Evacuation, another zombie apocalypse series. That one has 18 books in it and thousands of positive reviews. So people are loving these zombie books. And Marie also said that she loved it and she plans to continue reading it. She said it's fast-paced and packed with action. This particular series is set in Australia. The other one is set in Europe. And from the reviews that I read of the book is you can start with either one of them. But the first book in that other series is also free. So, and I'll have the link to that one in the description box below as well. So if you like your zombie apocalypses and lots of fun action, check this out. All right, and that is it for today's top 10 list. We made it. If you like this kind of content, please support our channel by hitting the like and the subscribe buttons. And of course, as I mentioned before, you can support us on Patreon. Your support helps pay for original fiction. The link is in the description box below, and all the donations go towards paying writers for their writing. What do you think of these books? Have you read any of them or tried to read them? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye, Amira.
Bye.